Think, of course, if you were Prince Harry, you might be slightly embarrassed about the company that you keep. And as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil. Sean here in the very heart of London. I hope you're all keeping well, fine and dandy today. The story really centres upon, well, what a bit of a sad story when you think about it, because as we know now from that very big public interview that Meghan Markle gave to that little red magazine called The Cut, I mean, seriously, had you ever heard of it? Really? I'd never heard of it. You know, it's hardly British Vogue, is it? It's hardly one of those big glosses, but apparently it's influential. It was their fall issue, so of course they gave it the front cover, and as we said to you the other day, we're not quite sure exactly how that was obtained, whether that was one of those donations, whether it was suggested, or indeed the magazine just needed a bit of PR pull. Whichever way you look at it, something happened. But what was interesting there, of course, is that Meghan alluded to the fact that along the way in this terrible debacle that she called her life, she'd lost her father. Don't know what she means by that. He's literally down the road. She could pop and see him as he recovers from that stroke or whatever he's recently had. Can't be bothered with that. Not much empathy there, is there, whichever way you look at it. And I'm not being unkind, but that really, when you think about it, would show a lot. She talks about learning to forgive the British monarchy. How about forgiving herself and her father, perhaps reaching out to him? But now the bigger problem is this. For Prince Harry, the company that he signed up with, Netflix, because allegedly he needed the money in order to sustain the lifestyle because he was cut off by his family, which wasn't true, turned out to be. Well, Netflix are going deep into the Camilla and Prince Charles love affair for the next series of The Crown. Now, this is bound to be incredibly hurtful when you think, because just as it's the year that Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, celebrates her 75th year, and more importantly has seen a very spectacular rise in popularity over here in the United Kingdom, well, it just seems that whichever way you turn, there's always another negative. Now, as we've said before, when you think about it, Prince Harry could have easily removed himself from this deal. And this is a company that's time and time again been very detrimental to the British monarchy. Even Prince Charles has joked about the fact that he's not anything like the character portrayed on The Crown, just to try and soften the blow. But for Prince Charles now and Camilla, it's going to be very difficult because that story will be played out in full on a streaming service around the world. As we've often said here on the show, it's not really historically correct or factually correct, it's just their version of events. But isn't it terribly sad that on apparently the year that Prince Harry lost his own father, he seems now to have lost all credibility by allowing himself to work for a company that for some inane reason seriously just wants to ruin the image of the family that love him so dearly. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.